Hey everybody, welcome back. Sharon here from Shaping Memories. I'm just bringing you some more seated chair stretches and strengthening that you can do for the lower body this time. I hope everybody had a great holiday and you are going into the new year with all these wonderful thoughts and dreams and goals. So let's see if we can maybe just achieve a small part of those goals by getting your bodies moving a little bit more this year. So we're going to start by definitely taking some nice deep breaths. We always want to do that first. So go ahead and breathe in and breathe out, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Make sure that you're sitting in a nice chair where the legs can be at a 90-degree angle and your back is supported, pulling the navel into spine, taking those deep breaths in. And we're just going to actually today work on a little bit on strength and stretch through the legs. And after you're done warming up with some nice deep breaths, I want you to just go ahead and lift the heels up off of the floor and then push the heels down. Lifting it up and pushing down. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can take the palms onto the knees and gently lean forward and give a little push as you lift the heels up. This helps to strengthen the calf muscles, the ankles, the feet, the toes, just gently warming through those muscles. We're just going to do a few like that. Perfect. And go ahead and release. Open your feet up a little bit wider, and whatever chair that you're sitting in, if you want to hold on to it, you can. But what we want to do is kind of lean forward and just rock the weight into the heels, like as if you're going to stand up. But don't. Just squeeze all the muscles. So feel all the muscles contract, and then slowly release. Lean forward, squeeze through the muscles, pushing the heels down into the floor, and release. You can do this about 3 to 5 times, really activating through the quadricep muscles, through the glutes, the hamstrings, the calves, everything squeezing, and release. One more, squeeze, 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 and release. Perfect. Bring the feet back towards one another. Take your 2 fists and place them just above the knee joint, pushing them together. And you're going to take your legs and squeeze against your hands. Now remember, don't hurt your hands. If you need to turn your hands this way or just use one hand, you can. We just want a nice gentle resistance here. So squeezing, you're activating the inner thighs here. So just a few of these. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. On your squeeze, you can exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, release. And bring the hands out. Shake out the fingers. It can be a little tough on the hands. If for some reason you can't use your hands, you can always roll up a towel here, or if you have a book or a yoga block, you can use that as well. So next we're going to take the hands and just bring them to the outer thighs. Here you'll be getting 2 for 1. You'll be getting the outer thigh muscles and a little bit of an arm workout. So you're going to take the palms, press them into the outer thighs, and then see if you can open the outer thighs. And then inhale, release. Exhale, push, push, push. So you're pushing the hands into the legs and you're pushing the legs into the hands and release. Once again, exhale, push, release. Exhale, push, and release. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, push, release. 1 more. You got this. Release. All right. So go ahead and shake out the arms again and give your wrists little wrist circles here just to loosen up any tension you've created there. Next, we're going to go ahead and stabilize through the right leg, so pushing the heel down into the ground and then bringing the thighs together. Extend the left leg straight up, flex and point, and bring it down. Now we switch. Extend, flex, point, and return. Exhale, point, and return. Inhale, exhale. I always want to remind you to breathe. Sometimes we get into these motions where we're using all these muscles and we're trying to coordinate different movements, and sometimes we forget to breathe. So it's really important to keep focusing on the breath. Let's do one more each side. Flexing, pointing, release. Perfect. Then go ahead and bring the feet hip distance again apart. Lift up, push down. Lift up, push down. So just a few more rounds to loosen up those ankles. Perfect. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and stretch out the glute muscles. So take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee, and you want to make sure you're not on the joint, but just behind it. And then open that knee out. Sitting up tall, and this may be just the stretch for you, all that you need. Right now I'm really tight, so this is perfect. And if I lean forward, it gets a little deeper. You feel the stretch travel deeper into the glute, into the hip. 3 nice long deep breaths here. And it's important that this foot that's crossed over, you keep it flexed. That will help protect the knee joint from tweaking this way or that way. And it doesn't have to be a hard flex, just a nice energy through the foot here. And go ahead and release. We're going to switch sides. So now we bring the right ankle, cross it over. We're not on the ankle, we're just above it. And we're not on the knee, we're just above the knee. Flexing the foot. And find that point of resistance for yourself. And then take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, maybe you lean just a little bit more forward. And find a little deeper stretch. I find that the more that I breathe with the stretching, the deeper I'm able to get into the stretch. And like I said, it's almost as if you're imagining the air going right into that joint or right into that muscle and making lots of space for you. One more nice long breath here. And release. Just shake the legs out, shake the arms out. Now we're going to take the left leg and just clasp the hands in front of the knee or below the knee on the shin and just hug it in. Flex the foot and release. Other side, we lift it up, hug it in. Flex the foot, release. And we'll just repeat a few times, just finding some mobility in the hip, the knee, the ankle. And release. Perfect. So I want to show you one more really neat exercise that you can do for your feet, for your toes, for your ankles, and just strengthening all of the little muscles in the feet. And you can do this while you're sitting at home in your chair. You want to do it barefooted, and if you have a carpet, that's great. Even better, I'm doing it on a hard floor, so it's really slippery, but a carpet is really nice because you can really grip. So what I'm doing is I'm lifting the toes up off the floor, and then pushing the toes, clawing the toes into the ground, and letting the toes pull my feet forward. And I lift the toes up, spread wide through the feet, and then grip into the floor again and let them pull me forward. So we're just doing this, propelling the feet forward, using just the toes. Lifting, clawing, lifting, clawing. This is really good for stretching and strengthening through the feet. And then we're going to reverse it. So we're going to push the toes down into the ground and let that motion of pushing draw the heels back. So lifting the toes up and pushing back. Lifting up, pushing back. Till you get back to your start point, and then you can repeat that sequence a few times. It's really good for the feet. And then go ahead and lift the heels up, stretch through the toes, and then bring the heels down, and just do this a few times. If you have recurring problems with your feet, this is a really good way to kind of help strengthen and stretch through all those joints. Feet can be tricky because we're constantly asking so much of them. We're constantly putting our weight on them, so we want to make sure that we take care of our feet and keep them strong and supple. So we can do that by doing these little exercises. The next one that we'll do is just rolling out the ankles. And if you need to support this leg, you can clasp underneath. Just kind of hold your leg up. And we'll switch sides. This will be our last exercise for the day. And you are done. Good job, everybody. I will see you next time. Have a happy new year, and tune in to all of the great content that Paige and Cynthia have for you. And I'll see you soon. Thank you.